Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and it's calm and quiet. We had snow yesterday. Oh, these lips aren't working. We need some beverage. All right, but we hid in the whole shack, and the staff processed their firewood from Sunday. Yes. All right, this morning we woke up to -4, but feels like -7. It is chilly out here, so we have the Grinch gloves on. See? All right, and so Rodney can't get these anymore. I don't know. We might have to go to the Grinch store to buy them. All right, so on the yo-yo scale, plus 23. Yes, plus 23, but feels like plus 20. Today's going to be an itchy day. Yes, no, not the ladies. All right, it's going to be insulating the whole shack. Yes, so we're going to be itchy with that recycled insulation. Because I don't know, it just seems so itchy. But then again, we're not playing with it on one of the 5 hot days of summer here. We wait till it's chilly and we can dress warm and get the insulating done. I didn't untangle the flags. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, I'm going to make it. Oh, I need my beverage. All right. So I didn't untangle the flags because they're a frozen mess. But the sun will come out and they'll de-thaw. Defrost. Yes, whatever. Oh, my. De-thaw or unfreeze or, unthaw. Yeah, thaw means that. Oh, these lips. I better give it up. All right. I'll try it later when I've had some beverage and my lips work. All right. So no sun today yet. Unreal, but that's okay. I walked over to trailer 8 because I had to unthaw. No, yeah, thaw the padlock. Yes, unthaw means to freeze. Thaw the padlock is the little butane torch there to warm it up so it was all ice. But that's normal. It's that time of year. We're prepared for that. No wood smoke, stove smoke in the whole shack because we're going to be working about around the stove, so we don't need to, how would you say, burn ourselves. We do that enough when they're cooking. All right, look at the wood stove smoke from the shop. Look at that straight up. Can we see that, Les Nesman? Oh, and I can hear the people of WHO-ville and their hatred towards me. Yes, I gotta finish that book, yes, and then release it, and then they'll be upset even more. All right, there we are. One full rotation. Screwed up big time. These lips are having problems today. Maybe I should, how would you say, have some beverage in my morning coffee to get my lips working. All right, we better go. Here comes the boss.
Tuesday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 8 a.m. and as you can see, it is still snowing. Not as bad as it was yesterday, but it looks like it might be another snow day. So let's head inside, let the dogs out, make breakfast, then at 10 a.m. I'll go over to the kingdom and see what we're doing today. Almost 10 a.m. and I just got the quad and trailer out. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's -5 degrees Celsius, which is 23 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. Not sure what we're doing today, but my dad asked me to bring the trailer over. So let's head inside, let the dogs back in, and go to the kingdom. 10 a.m. and I made it to the kingdom. Looks like we are going down to the host shack and insulating it and getting ready for winter. That's why I brought the quad trailer over. We're going to go into trailer number 2. You can kind of see that it's open and get some insulation. Over at trailer number 2 now, and we have to move stuff away from the back here. That way we can get to the insulation, which is just under that pallet there. Looks pretty good. We're going to fill up the trailer here with insulation, then go over to the host shack and drive the quad in because this needs a maintenance. 10:30, and we just got the trailer loaded up with all the insulation. Look at that promo bike. You won't see much of it now since it's getting close to winter, but we will pull it out for you guys. Now let's head over to the host shack and go put some insulation in. Got the quad and the trailer into the host shack, no problem. The quad will be here for a few days, so I'll be taking home the other quad at lunchtime, but at least the stuff will get fixed. The front on it is also loose, so my dad will tighten that up as well. Now let's start packing all this insulation in. We have to stuff insulation all in the corners and crevices of right in here, all the way down and around the host shack just to seal it up for winter. Then we're going to do the ceiling as well. 11 a.m. and I just want to do a little video on the quad before I start packing insulation into the host shack. The hood on my quad here broke a month ago or two, and we never got around to fixing it because we knew the quad would have to come in for a service. Luckily, my dad made one back in 2013, so he can switch it out. Then over here, he saved other parts for the quad as well. We even have the axle and a few other things. Look at that. He saved the serial number, but you can't really see it, so he just wrote it back in. 12 p.m. and it is lunchtime. I've just been stuffing insulation in the holes with a long screwdriver, and I'm even wearing a mask as well, so don't worry, I'm not getting any of that insulation in my lungs. Now I'll pan out and show you the outside. Look at this. It is snowing, and they are big snowflakes too. Try and catch them on my sweater for you. Look how big that snow is. Now it's time to head inside, grab my dog treats, and I'll go back into WHO-ville and make lunch. Just after 12 p.m. and I made home from the kingdom. The quad made it back into WHO-ville no problem. Now I'll head inside. You can already hear the dogs are out, make lunch, and do the weather. 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's -2 degrees Celsius, which is 28 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It was snowing all throughout lunch, and now it stops. Let's head back inside, let the dogs in, and go to the kingdom. Just after 1 p.m. and I made it back to the kingdom. My dad's already down in the host shack putting the insulation in, so I'll head on down there and continue insulating the inside of the attachment, and then we'll figure out what's next. 3 p.m. we just got half the host shack attachment insulated and plasticed in. It's not the right plastic, but it's all we had, so it will do. The only thing we have left to do now is the door and then the wall behind me. I'll pan over and show you guys. All we have left is this wall. It shouldn't take us very long, and of course, it is snowing outside again. Almost 4 p.m. we are officially done. We're able to get the door done and the inside of the host shack. You can kind of see it right there. At least we are done in between the snows. A good time to open the door and put the plastic on. I will be taking the little trailer back into WHO-ville because I can use that insulation in my house. 4 p.m. and we are officially done. Look how nice that is. Tomorrow, the next day, we'll be getting all the plywood on and officially sealed up. Wow, looks really good. Can't even tell. Now it's time to head on back into WHO-ville before it starts snowing too much because I don't want this insulation to get wet. I'm also grabbing a roll of plastic so I can start doing my weather stripping on the windows and a few other things around the house. Now let's get going. 5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's -2 degrees Celsius, which is 28 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It's been on and off snowing all day. Surprised it's not snowing right now. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, it's 10 to 5 in the kingdom, and I'm in the host shack. Yes, we're going to have another snow day to get this place organized, but I'm very pleased. The shelves cost really nothing except for beer. Yeah, we recycled, repurposed, and everything like that. So over here, we kind of got a mess. And also, too, I want to ask the kingdom followers, YouTube subscribers, we need some glass. Getting plexiglass up here is next to impossible, so we need to cut this glass. These are windows out of a vehicle. They're not the front windshield, so they don't have the plastic in it, but these are that safety glass. So I watched a couple of YouTube videos on how to cut them, so I need to know what's the best cutter to do it, because we got to put some glass in the 39 Chevy snow truck so we can go out into the wilderness. Okay, the staff's fancy quad will be in here thawing out, and we can do the service on it. We have the front axle to put in right there, and to fix the hood and a few other little incidentals. But the main thing is, it's in where it's thawing out. But you got to remember, back in April, I think it was, we started the whole shack extension here, all because I couldn't open and close the doors, because this is a shipping container. So there's the shipping container part right here, and then we had that steel floor, or the steel thingy-me-bob, so we bolted it on, welded it on, and we made the whole shack extension. So it hasn't really cost us anything. Everything has been recycled, repurposed, reused. The nails, the screws, the plywood, everything. The insulation, I think some of this insulation has been second time used because we were changing things as we went along. Even the shrink wrap is heat shrink wrap. We did a project for a fellow in Australia, and we had to send him stuff, so it had to be all shrink wrapped and everything perfect. So everything had to have codes and documentation or whatever. So we bought it, the plastic from Uline, so they give you all that information. So now we got it in here, and we're going to use up all our plywood. Yes, our plywood pieces to fill this in. So we have the wood stove going right here, I'm on a slow burn, so I got it turned right down so I opened the door. I got smoked out. But this worked out very well. The staff and I set our goals on having the pink insulation all in here, and it's done. So that's 1 tote of insulation that was in that storage trailer is now utilized. Okay, so we have to plywood, we have to finish the door, we have to make a door mechanism for latching instead of the ratchet strap or whatever. We got to do that, but we got to, how to say, put some plywood on, figure things out. So we're very pleased. We got to correct this mess out here, but I'm very pleased. Today was very successful and we got it done. So we set our goals, got it done, and now we can have a good bath and scrub this insulation off. And that's the firewood we're burning. Yes, we put some of that white trees from the forest. Yes, those white trees. And we mix it in with this and it burns pretty good. Plus it's got a nice smell to it too. Okay, I'm outside on the hose shock extension. It quit sleeting. Yes, sleeting. Yes. So this turned out very well. We're very pleased. And if we get some spray foam, it'll dress it up nice and some paint. But now we can finish off this door and this mess over here. Okay, because we had 2 different angles, degrees, and philosophies. And we want a steel post for our door, because wood posts don't last, so we always prefer. So I nailed that vent tubing. I think it's yellow. Yeah, that yellow vent tubing. Remember, I'm colorblind. We nailed it on when the wind was up that day. So now we have to enclose in here. Put some 2x4s up, make a wall sort of thing, put the proper insulation. But very pleased. Like these reused doors, working good. Lots of weather stripping. Oh, these lips. Lots of weather stripping on, and it's working out very well. Okay, so we're very pleased. And over here we have our flex joint. Okay, so we don't anchor everything solid, so we overlapped our recycled plywood right there, so it's a flex joint. So this part, the container can go up and down, the hose shack extension can go up and down, and same as the tin up there, we just overlapped. And putting the tin over top of the container here sure did save a lot of time and everything like that. So we're hoping we don't have water problems. But the thing is this tin, I'll back up without falling down. This tin was in the kingdom for close to 30 years, and we finally got around to using it. So staff's and I spending a couple of days in September, we got the tin on, and it's looking good. Very pleased, very pleased. Okay, seems how we didn't get much filming done while we're insulating because we're wearing masks and the stuff is itchy, so we weren't stopping to film everything. All right, so we got this done. 2 years ago, this was a hell of a mess, and over here where I'm standing was blocked off with a 4 feet of, berm because of the sewer pipe. And we had the septic tank down right there because some lady moved into the kingdom and didn't like it where it was. So after she left, it took us 15 years after she left, and we put it back where it was. All right, so now we can come through here. This will be our firewood thing, so we can come back behind the house, pull the sleighs through here, get some good film footage. And then we have a slight curve. We have downhill curve and another downhill right there. And that's an original cat train trail when this yard was in full production back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, okay? So we've reopened these trails so that we can get some good film footage, especially if the cats are coming up this way. That's a steady pull up. We're going to have lots of black smoke as they work hard, and then you get the sleighs to turn to make this corner. And the Lins will fail. Yes, they'll do wheelie stands at that little hill right there, and then when they get traction, they'll come down, and then you can't steer it, and you hit a tree. So that's just a minor detail. So our debris field from the sleigh, or from cleaning up the wilderness, is right here. That'll be cleaned up right away as it gets colder. And then we're going to park our drags in here, so that way the mini hoe can come out of the hose shack and dress up the drags to make them ready. So now with the trailer one gone, it was right here, we can come through here with the sleighs and then turn to go down that way. We want to incorporate that boxcar. Yes, the boxcar got put there for being part of the new shop. So now we can incorporate the boxcar because it is a rare item, plus the cats and the sleighs. That's how they got their freight for the sleighs. They came in by rail cars and they unloaded it. So we're very pleased. This yard is turning out pretty good. This was a debris field all in here. We had to clean it up. It was pushed into the bush about 6 feet high. Plus over there, that was like a 6-foot drop off, and all the garbage for I don't know how many years was pushed over. So us landscaping and cleaning up the kingdom, we've covered all that debris field down in there, and we made it acceptable. So we keep bringing more debris from the wilderness and putting it over that embankment, so it works out well. So when the aliens come in 100 years time, that's where all the garbage is. from the bush, and they can go picking through it and find what they want. Yes. So I'm doing the aliens a favor by cleaning it all up. So we're very, very pleased. This is turning out well. And we have the D69U, known as the hood. It was underwater for 3 years, so that was a minor detail. It's known as the hood because it went down first. Yes, it was sunk first, just like in the Battle of the Atlantic. The hood was sunk first, and then the Bismarck was sunk second. Okay, seems how I mentioned the hood and the Bismarck. This is the Bismarck. Yes, it didn't have the V plow on because that was a gift from Kansas. Yes, Orrin Stevens, we left his name on the front, gifted it to us in 2004. So to get it from the United States of America to the end of the world, they cut it in half and shipped it. Yes, but I can weld. Yes, I can weld. Then I can drink beverage too while I weld. So the Bismarck went down. It had a straight blade or an angle blade on it, so it went down second after the hood. And the Bismarck was running when it went down, so the connecting rods got bent because it's motor hydraulics. So we changed out these cats to make them look different because we want heat from the operator. So that's why they have such a wide hood. And the windshield. Yes, the bugs are bad up here when you get up to speed, especially when it's 40 below. But that's to keep us warm. So we canvas this in and keeps us warm. So these cats have been in the kingdom for over 20 years, and they have a lot of history to them, and the fact that they were underwater for 3 years. But nobody seems to care. But oh well, we're having fun. Okay, I forgot to mention when we were behind the house. Yes, but we're over here with the wings. Yes, these are the Beech 18 wings. We seem to collect wings from crashed airplanes. Yes, the Beech 18. There was quite a few of them around here because those planes were a dime a dozen after the war. So crash them and then walk away and go get another one. But look at the ground here. It's snowing, it's cold, and there's no snow on the bedrock because the bedrock is still warm. Yes, bedrock is bedrock, so it's still warm. It takes a while for it to cool down, and then the snow will actually stay on top of the rocks, and then we are officially in winter. And that little ptarmigan, yes, the ptarmigan will return to be an annoying little bird for us as we're on the cat train trails, and it flies in front of us and tries to take out the rat and the girl in our vehicles. Oh, minor detail. Okay, we're short some minutes to get the full 20-minute nap, so let's see what we can do. We have Laverne back there, the TD6 with the gas motor from the United States of America. And we have the TD6 known as Cursive Reverse with the gas motor from America. Yes, Nick Graves at Graves Tractor Sales sent us some good quality motors back in the day. I think it was 2018. So over here we have the famous black cat, which was a yellow crane cat at one time, and it's been my longest owning cat or whatever. So it's made lots of money for me, and well, we've done lots of work and not get paid, but that's the usual story. So he's a gas motor right from the day one. So he runs and starts and drives, and we've had good luck with him, even with his street pads with welded grousers on and the homemade V-plow out of a propane tank. Yes, a propane tank, and all recycled material from the mine. That's some square tubing. That was very rare, and the hydraulic cylinders off of some underground piece of equipment, but we made it work, and it's been almost 30 years of fun. Okay, here we have a TD9 known as Bad Business. We bought him from the south. Yes, he was going for scrap, and we got a good deal on him. He had a broken final drive, so we brought him north and made him Bad Business. Yes, because the good deal went bad, so that's what I mean, Bad Business. So back in, I think it was 2003, we converted him into a three-seater. We're copying the TD-18s of the military issue back in the day for World War II. They made them lots of seats on a TD-18 to haul the troops or the men back in the day. So we made these little seats here, one on each side, and we put the the sheet metal on to protect your legs when you're going through the wilderness. Yes, wilderness Alaska, but in northern Manitoba. So he's a diesel motor, always been a diesel, starts, runs. He's one of the best running cats we got. So he does a lot of work pulling a drag, and we made good money with him hauling people around in the wilderness when we're doing the drilling and exploration. And then over here, we got this cat here. He's known as Freefall because he free fell. Oh, he's trying to say that sober. He free fell through the ice and hit the bottom pretty hard. So the only way he could be damaged on the bottom end like that was if he fell out of an airplane. So we call him Free Fall. So that's how he got his name. So he's one of the twins. Yes, one of the twins. He's made to look like an original winter freighting cat from the 40s and 50s. So that's why he doesn't have a tail or a windshield or anything like that, because he's a true winter freighting cat. So he's back to what he was doing when he was, free falling through the ice and stuff like that. I don't think it was an Olympic sport back then, but he's got the wooden track rollers. All the cats have them, and he has the holes in the pads. So that's how you can tell them apart, because Kijiji's the other twin, and he came from the south. We'll go look at Kijiji. Okay, this is a TD9 known as Kijiji. He's an ag cat from south of Winnipeg. He was supposed to be up and running, family owned, great machine. Yes, oh yes, he's a piece of junk. So I bought him over the phone through Kijiji, and I paid a lot of money, and then by the time you get him up here, well, let's just say he was junk. He was a parts cat. The final drive was blowing up, the cylinder head's cracked, yada, 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 yada. There's a whole list. So the last winter was the first time he actually did anything in 20 years, but he's a true winter freighting cat now. He has, oh, yes, he has the... He's the twin of the free fall, but he doesn't have the holes cut in the pads yet, okay? So he has the wooden track roller at the top, but he has no holes in the pads, so that's how we tell them apart. Because when they're twins, they're hard to tell them apart. And then over here we have, oh, this is Communist Cat that had the Linn Tractor V-plow on for close to 20 years, and then we took it off, because those were the days when we were out in the wilderness making trails and everything for drills. Now we don't do anything because we're retired, so he's more handy with the... how would you say, the straight blade on him. This one doesn't angle, and we have the extra long cylinders from when he was on there as a V-plow, because we're breaking trail. We have to climb up off the lake into the wilderness or down onto the lake, so that's why we got the big extra long cylinders. So he's made lots of money for us, and he is known as the Communist Cat, because when he got him, he only turned left. Okay, this is Aggie, the TD6 from the south. He's an ag cat. He got the Johnny hydraulics blade put on, so he was more useful around the farm back in the day. So we worked on him for over close to 30 years, but we've only had ownership for the last almost 10 years. But that's the joy. So we know him well. We worked on him, and he came here all broken and smashed up and everything like that, because nobody knows how to treat these cats good. So we made him into a true winter freighting cat. We got the windshield on for the bugs and the tail. So if he goes swimming, we just throw the tail and get him out. And then over here we have the big boys, the Dooley, the TD18 known as Dooley. Yes, he was a true winter freighting cat. He has the short tracks on him, so he has the overhang like the IH farm tractors, those 4x4 tractors that, how would you say, had the long nose on him. And this is Blaine. I bought him in Saskatchewan, from Blaine Lake, Saskatchewan. He was supposed to be rebuilt motor, yada, 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 yada. He's junk. Yes, he was junk. So we're going to change out these tracks because he has no holes in them. We're going to make some short tracks, and that way he looks more like, how do you say, Dooley. And we got the dual exhaust on. So these cats have taken a long time to get up and running properly, but it was all the thermostats and everything like that. So we did that last winter. So all the cats in the kingdom that are IH all have full circulating coolant before the thermostat opens to send it to the rad. So we got everything going well, full circulation as if you call it. All right, let's go check the flags, and then we can call it a day. Okay, we should have enough minutes, and if I stop talking, you can hear the plane at 40,000 feet in the air flying over, because it's cold, clear air we got here. All right, everything's going good. The buildings are warmed up, so for an evening, and we can go make a video. If we're short minutes on this video, I'll get some pictures from my honeymoon to show how impressed my new bride was. She didn't put much effort into our honeymoon, but oh well, that's why the marriage ended before it started. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video, and have a bath or a shower, because this insulation, I got the itchies. Oh well. All right, we'll talk to you later.